So, figure 3 shows a container in the shape of a hollow inverted right circular cone. The height of the cone is 30 centimeters and the radius is 12 centimeters, as shown in figure 3. The container is initially empty when the water starts flowing into it. When the height of the water h centimeters, when the height of the water is h centimeters, the surface of the water has radius r and the volume of the water is 3 centimeters cubed. Show that for part A, V is equal to 4 pi h cubed over 75. And in square brackets, the volume V of a right circular cone with a vertical height h and base radius r is given by V equals a third pi r h squared. So it's 2 marks. So let me put part A here. We know what the general formula for the volume is. It's given to us. Now, apparently, in the context of this question, it's equal to that. So we need to show that this can somehow be written as that. Now, when I look at what we're trying to show, it's all in terms of h. There's no r. That tells me immediately that I need to get an expression for r in terms of h. How do I go about doing that? Well, this is a pretty cool question. Comes up not a lot, but what you've got to remember when you have these types of questions here is, do we agree, guys, that if I was to put an angle here, right? I can call that alpha. Of course, I can call it whatever I want, right? But if you think about it, if I was to do a line like that, then I was to say, for example, I've got this triangle like that, right? This is perpendicular. This is a right angle here. This angle is alpha. And then, well, this is the big one. This is 12. This is 30. This is 30 here, like that. Do you guys agree that the smaller one is going to be here and this is going to be R and then this is also going to be a right angle? Do you guys agree with that? Yeah. Well, we've got two angles that are the same. We have a triangle. If I call this angle beta, then this angle would have to be beta as well. Do you guys agree? Right? Can you guys see where I'm going with this? I've got two triangles. I've got the small one here, like that, and I've got the big one like that. Right? They all have the same angles, don't they? That's alpha, that's beta, right? What does that tell me about these two triangles, guys? Exactly. They must be mathematically similar, right? If they're mathematically similar, if that's R, so that's not R, that's H. If that's H and that's R, and then this is 30 and that's 12, then doesn't that mean that the ratio of the sides have to be equal, right? So for example, we could say that R over H has to equal 12 over 30. Do you guys agree? You could also think of it as actually trying to find the scale factor as well. 30 over R is equal to 12 over H, and then you could rearrange it. Same thing. But we happy with this, guys? Does that make sense? Yeah, screw it. If you guys to say yes or no, so that you guys are happy with that. Yeah. So from here we've got our equation with R in it. We can use algebra just to get R in terms of H and then plug it into V. So doing that, I'm gonna times up by H. So I'm gonna have R is equal to 12 over 30 times by H, which is equal to R. Divide top and bottom by 6 here. I'm gonna have a 2 over 5. So R is equal to 2 fifths H, and then I can plug that into V. So plugging that into V will give us it's 1/3 pi r squared. So r is 2 fifths h, all squared, and then h. Tidying this up, we're going to have a third pi. That is going to be, if I square that, that's going to be a 4, that's going to be a 25, that's going to be a h squared, and then times by h. So therefore, we're going to have, let me just double check. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine, isn't it? Yeah, that's fine. So therefore, we're going to have 4 over 75 h pi h cubed. Is that what they got? Yeah, perfect. That's exactly what they got. Does that make sense, guys? Did we get that? Yeah? Good stuff. Good stuff. Brilliant. Okay, so that's part A. Part B. I can get rid of this now. Or let me just keep actually, just in case I want to use it. So it says, given that the water flows into the container at a constant rate of 2 pi centimeters cubed per second, find in centimeters per second the rate at which H is changing exactly 1 minute, 1.5 minutes after water starts flowing into the container for 4 marks. So firstly, they've told us that water flows into the container, right, at a constant rate of 2 pi centimeters cubed per second. Use the units of measurement to help you figure out what rate of change that must be. Centimeters cubed is a volume. S is a time. This must be dVdt. Okay. So as I was saying before, they won't explicitly tell you, but you have to be able to read in between the lines. dVdt has to be 2 pi. Do we agree with that, guys? So far? Yeah. Now, what are we trying to find? Find in centimeters per second the rate at which h is changing. Centimeters, that's a height. Second is a time. Rate. They're asking us to find the h by dt, right? Exactly 1.5 minutes after water starts flowing into the container. Okay, so there's a bit going on here. Now, let us get our connected rate of change. dH dt, we know is going to be equal to dH over something times by that same something dt. Could somebody tell me what that question mark would be? Exactly, fantastic. No, it would be dV, wouldn't it, right? That's the only variable there. It makes sense to put dV there, right? We've got dV dt anyway. Okay, so I've got dV there and I've got dV there. Now, how do I go about doing this? Well, what do we have? Well, we've got dV dt is 2 pi, so I can say that dH dt is equal to dH by dV times by 2 pi. Now, what else do I know? Well, I've got a formula for V in terms of H. I can use that to find the derivative, can't I? Right? V in terms of H from part A is 4, I'm going to write the constant in the front, 4 over 75 pi H cubed. Okay? Now, dV by dH, if I was to differentiate that, dV by dH will equal, if I bring that 3 to the front, that will join with that 4 on the top. It will be a 12 over 75 pi H squared. Do you guys agree? Yeah. And then now what I can do is, well, I can actually divide that, can't I? That is going to be, if I divide top and bottom by 3, 12 divided by 3 is 4. 75 divided by 3 is 25. This is 4/25 pi h squared. This is dV by dH. Now, because I want dH by dV, let me write this as a nice fraction. 4 pi h squared over 25 is dV by dH. So that means that dH by dV is equal to 25 over 4 pi h squared, isn't it? Like that. So I can put that in the connected rate of change. I can delete this now. So I can now say then that the HDT, which is what they're looking for, is equal to DHDV, which is 25 over 4 pi h squared times by 2 pi, because that's dVdt, isn't it? So what do I have here? Well, I can cancel a pi. I can cancel that pi. I've got a 2. That would be a 1. You know what I'll do just so it's super clear, actually? I'll just do it in another step so it's super clear. So it's going to be, let's do it like this. Let's do 50 pi. 25 times 2 pi is 50 pi over 4 pi h squared. And that's easy to see. Cancel, cancel. 50 over 20, 50 over 4 is 25 over 2. So it's 25 over 2 h squared. Do you guys agree with that? Yeah? Brilliant. So that's dH by dt. Now, what does the question say? It says find in centimeters cubed per second the rate at which H is changing exactly 1.5 minutes after water starts flowing to container. So that's actually a numerical value because they're talking about a specific moment in time, right? So this isn't good enough. We can't have it in terms of H, which tells me that I need to figure out what H is. Okay. Now, how do I go about doing that? Okay. Well, we know from the question that the rate of change, right? The water is flowing at a constant rate of 2 centimeters cubed per second. What does that actually mean, though, in context? 2 pi centimeters cubed per second. That means, in context, right? For every 1 second, we have a volume of 2 pi going into this cone, right? Now, they've told us that, or that we want to find it 1.5 minutes after, right? Now, we know that this is in seconds. Can you see how they've written minutes in bold? They've done that deliberately. They don't want you to get tripped up, right? Minutes 1.5 minutes is 90 seconds, is 1.5 minutes. So I want to figure out what the volume is of this cone after 90 seconds, right? We just do that by times it by 90, isn't it? Let me write in brackets here. 90 is equal to 1.5. Hold on. Let me write 90 seconds. 90 seconds is equal to 1.5 minutes, right? So that means that times that by 90, that gives me 180 pi. So this is telling me what the volume is 90 seconds after water starts going in. Now, remember, we have a general formula for the volume, right? With different heights. So what we can do is we can equate that to our 180 pi 1.5 minutes after to find out what the value of the height must be. And then we can plug that into this rate of change to finish it off. Does that make sense, guys? This is super important. Are we all happy with this, what I've just said? Yeah? Good stuff. So I'm going to equate the general formula for the volume, which is equal to V. And we're at V is equal to 4 pi h cubed over 75. I'm going to equate this to 180 pi. And then that way I can use that to figure out what h must be, right? So doing that to get h, well h cubed anyway, will equal 180 pi. I can times that up 75 and then I could divide by the 4 pi, can't I? So putting that into the calculator, what is that going to be? So doing that, what are we gonna have? We're gonna have 180 pi times by 75 over 4, like that. And that gives us 3375. So h cubed is equal to 3375. So what is the value of the height? Just take the cube root. So I'll do cube root of answer, gives me 15. So what that tells me in context is when the volume of this tank is 180 pi, 90 seconds after, the height has to be 15, right? The height of it is 15 centimeters, okay? So when they asked us for the rate of change of the height, well, what is the height at that point? It's 15. So we're going to plug in 15 into there. So therefore, it's going to be 25 over 2 times 15 squared, which is equal to 25 over 2, 15 squared. That is 1 over 18. So therefore, the answer for the rate of change of the height is going to be 1 over 18 centimeters per second. And that is it. Anybody get that correct?